one, right?
Oh no, we're live.
Cexless Nation, it is November 14th. We're doing these live streams for you just to talk about everything that went on last week. Without question, it was the craziest week I've seen in crypto. And as Bankless's David said, there's no bigger thing. This is the biggest thing that could possibly happen, which one time my wife said that in her career. And then just days later, a student she worked with ended up drinking blood and was dealing with that issue. So you never say that. You never say it's the biggest thing. Nothing bigger could happen. Welcome back to Cexless Nation, rebranding from Club NGMI. Just as we were coming on the show, Trey asked, so we don't have a show sheet? No, we don't have a show sheet. So we're just going to chat. Babs, how's your sexless life going for you?
I think he's
Babs
frozen.
Did Baz he froze right as you asked him.
Perfect. Lou, how about you? How's your sexless life going?
Oh man, what a crazy week. It was just like every story that popped up was even weirder and weirder. Oh man, Marvin. Welcome back, Marvin.
That makes me happy.
Merv the perv. Shout out to
I
Merv.
threw my Moonbird hat on. I was like, when am I ever gonna wear this thing again? So felt like a good time too.
Yeah. Where's the fanny pack?
I actually wear my Moonbird hat
Somewhere.
around every once in a while because I try to match like colorways. So if I'm wearing like a black hoodie, I've got this R for Raleigh, North Carolina, and I've got Moonbird hat stuff. So Babs, do you have any inside information? Because just as I was about to have you chat, you got rugged, and I think it just happened
Might
again.
be
Did he just get rugged again? I'm pretty sure he's frozen. Still. This is like
It's like
Silva.
wintertime,
This is like
you know?
Silva on the ETR stream.
My internet. I was trying to avoid on the world's biggest rug.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
what we're talking about?
Oh man, he is struggling.
Trey, how about you? How is your sexist life going?
Hey,
so-
he's still going. My sexless life is good. I actually I had some funds sitting on Coinbase after all this went down, so I officially now I'm living the sexless life after moving. The withdrawal just went through to my bank account today, which was nice, and then pulled some of my other coins off of that. But good to be back. Good to see you guys. Over the stream. It's been a while.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also pretty sexless. I have a little bit on Coinbase, just like you. I got out of FTX. It seems like just in time. FTX US.
Yeah.
I remember I withdrew one chunk at on Sunday, maybe a Saturday, and then Saturday, and then I wanted to KYC further to get a bigger chunk out.
I was gonna say, so you weren't KYC'd, so then could you only pull out 2K then per?
I could pull out 10K because I had the minimal
Okay.
KYC. So then in my haste, I just sent them here's more documentation.
You take everything,
Take whatever. Just let me take more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got. I got the rest out. So we're pretty good there. And thank God, I got all my transactions for the IRS for next year too.
There you go.
Thank God. What has been your favorite subplot of this? Because here's my assumption going in. Most of the folks, if not all the folks that are going to watch our dumbasses talk about this, understand the gist of the arc. We're not getting normies showing up wanting the whole rundown. So what's your favorite tiny subplot of this whole SBF blow up shenanigans?
I mean, I think it's gotta be the sex house of the sex house.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that we already knew that there was people living in this house, right? But we didn't realize that it was just how much of a cult this all was, I think was the surprise to me. But yeah, the fact that all 10 of them, did you see there was one, they broke down the 10 people on their website and they're like, we're trying to believe that 9 dudes and this one chick were all living in this house and just having orgies all the time. And I just think that was something I wasn't expecting in all of this, that he was just this crave, sex and stimulant addict, so
Did you, Lou, or anybody else, were you familiar with the term polycule before this? I've never heard that term before in my life.
I'm still not aware of what that term means.
I knew what's it, polygamous or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
I could have guessed.
I hadn't heard of
from
it
the
as-
start of that, but
I don't know what the cule part is. Hey, chat,
Yeah.
what's the cule part of polycule, and why is that different than just saying it's a group of polygamists?
you were the one that brought it up. I figured you would know that by now.
I don't know the distinction. I just thought it was like a synonym
got
for
it.
like polygamy, or like a thruple. I guess when a thruple reaches a quadruple, then it's more. I don't know, too many people. So ridiculous.
Yeah,
Babs,
like,
you
is
rugged
there a
again?
number?
No, you're
Am I
good.
rugged? No, I'm good.
No,
Are
you're
they?
good
I
now.
think your video looks good too. You're not all.
I had to go. I
gritty.
shut off like our 10 kids' streaming devices because they're probably my internet was wrong with me. I think like they all have their own
Gotcha.
iPad and someone was probably watching something. So yeah, hopefully it's fine now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. How's your sexist life going, Babs?
It's good. Yeah, I'm married dad, so Cexless fits right in my narrative. But yeah, I was trying to say I wasn't invited into the SBF orgies, so I have no inside info. But obviously, it's been a fun week. I find like after we went through it a couple times, like the pain of this stuff coming out now doesn't hurt as bad. It's kind of like almost like numb to it. I don't know about you guys, but it doesn't feel as bad. Maybe I'm less exposed, so it doesn't like. Doesn't shock me as much. Some of this stuff, I guess, maybe too.
I think Anchor and Luna and all that stuff kind of prepared us.
Yeah.
And this is obviously like is like a step above even all of that. Like, even though at the time we're like, there's no way it could get worse than this. This is terrible. But then it did get worse. But I think it mentally, prepared people for the carnage that we were going to see. I just don't think anyone saw it being this bad.
Do you think it just sort of, some takes I've heard is it's just like at this point, how do you trust anyone? So then do you think it just maybe we're more numb to it at this point, and maybe that's why ETH has held up at around $1,200 still? But like, how do you get the new people in when all they see are scams constantly? And like, look at all the billboards that FTX had, like they were a big one. A lot of people didn't know what Anchor was. Like a normie doesn't know Anchor.
No.
Oh, this is way bigger.
I just don't know how you get people interested in crypto, new people, because like most skeptics are already like on the side that they think it's a scam, and like they were kind of just proven right over the last year. Now it's like, how do you get people interested? You almost need like a year for everyone to lose their memory. Almost.
People will forget.
People will forget.
I'm confident people will.
Oh yeah,
will
any
forget.
year from now, no one's caring. But yeah, right now it feels like it's some time has to pass, right?
Yeah.
This is where I think like the classes come into play, like the Sifu class who remembers Sifu from the Quadriga stuff. That was a class of crypto folks, and we're going to be the Luna Terra 3AC SBF class. And we understand this and lived it, so we can play it again. And then there's going to be another class in a few years. So yeah, the whole narrative is going to shift. There's going to be some new weird on-chain thing that makes things different, and people are going to want to come back. And it's just going to lie dormant and be we thought the last 10 months were boring. I think the next 10 months are going to be boring. It's going to suck so bad. So yeah, that's why like somebody asked like, oh good, the show's back. Yeah, I don't plan on doing this every week. I think it's a one-time deal of like I came up with a pun and like, hey guys, you want to do one? Okay, that's it.
When was the last time we had a show? I was trying to remember.
I was trying to think of that too.
May?
Was it
June?
May?
I was gonna say it had
It
to be
was-
like
It's been like 6 months,
right-
probably.
It was around New
Yeah.
York.
It doesn't feel that long ago, but at the same time, it does feel like a long time.
Because I think when we took off the
yeah.
week for New York, we just never came back.
yeah.
I think it was
that's,
that.
Yeah, that's it.
probably right.
Correct.
Because I was trying to think of when I moved into my new place and how many shows we had here, and it wasn't very many, and that was back in April. So yeah, it couldn't have been.
Well, and that was
couldn't have
also
been too many.
that was also right near when ETH was bottoming. So I don't know. Maybe this counts as us leaving the show again, and this is the
Was that
bottom
like
again.
that was like below 1K?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Was it
above
really that
1K.
long ago?
Yeah, that was one
Holy
of our
shit.
last shows was around when it
Wow.
was below 1K, I think.
Well, I remember I was in New York, and I remember like I was feeling just just like Babs was saying,
that's
like
nuts.
numb, like, yeah, ETH is dying to zero, whatever. I'm not going to buy any right now because I'm dead and I'm in New York anyway. So I didn't do
Just
anything.
sitting at a Moonbird party.
Our last show feels like a lot longer time ago than $800 ETH. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's surprised me that it was that short of a
5 months.
Yeah,
something
at
like
least
that, yeah.
5. Probably at least 5.
Mhm.
Thankfully, we have the NFL season. I think I'd be losing my mind of boredom.
Oh my god,
otherwise.
I would be so bored. Yeah.
It feels like the NFL's season is speed running though. I can't.
Yes.
It feels
How are
weird
we
that
over?
Thanksgiving is next week down here in the States. I just don't. Time is so weird right now.
It is.
So
Not
losing
sure if
all
it's
my money on
crypto-related.
crypto, I can lose it all betting on NFL. Really, it's only different. I just pivoted, just losing my money on something else.
Do we have any sweats going from Monday Night Football?
I haven't checked lately,
No.
but
I didn't have Goddard.
You don't know
really.
if you have a sweat, and there's 8 minutes left in the
I
second
know.
quarter. If
Yeah.
someone is acting like they have a sweat right now, then they're probably wrong.
yeah,
Fair
too
enough.
too early
Easy
still.
said. Easy, who has an open invite to pop on the show whenever.
I thought he was coming
maybe
on.
at halftime.
Oh, okay, I thought he was going to come on.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
didn't realize that Monday Night Football between the Eagles and the Commanders was.
Pooh Bear said he would come on. Saw that in Bose.
So did
Where's
Bose.
Pump?
Yeah,
I
They
thought
both
Pump was coming on.
It was
too.
funny. They were both talking about that earlier today, and they didn't know that we were doing this. And it was funny. I was like, all right,
Here we go.
they're ready to hop on. Only a few hours away.
Yep.
Marvin, next 3 years will be boring. Oh god damn!
Oh,
it,
that's
Marvin,
too
don't say
long.
that.
That's too long. I feel like people's memories will shift by then. Like 3 years is too long. Like
Yeah.
and
You
the
think
economy's
bull
not
will
going to
back before then.
be. I don't think the economy's going to be shit for 3 years. Like, there's no way they're just going to let it be shit for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
But
But
what
what
about
about, like,
crypto?
yeah,
Like
just in
we could
general.
be. I mean, for how bad it is right now, you don't think that crypto could be segregated from the S&P and all the other
100%.
markets? Like
Yeah,
that's
but
what
not-
Kobe was saying on or on the Bankless.
Do you think for 3
Podcast.
years though, like say the market starts booming
Could
after a
be.
year and a half, like eventually it's gonna, like people will turn their attention back to that. I
The
think.
more volatile.
We still don't know how far this extends though. Like
True.
the crypto
Well,
ecosystem could be
Assuming-
dealing with
assuming this is the bottom.
contagion from this forever or for
Yeah.
like
I mean,
NFL ends
we-
in February.
or
People are
two.
gonna get bored. Switch back.
Yeah.
We
to
just
their-
had
Bitcoin.
someone was trying to peg 10K TF as being part of the contagion, and they failed so far, at least. So yeah, we don't know how long it's going to go. I am curious about. We've already seen some NFT projects just be like, yeah, we're done. we can't try anymore, and it's just going to be. This is a great reason for more and more projects just to shutter.
Yeah, how many
Because,
projects
I
are going to
think-
lose their funds on FTX and then just never be heard from again?
Let's be real. I think NFTs are dead. I just don't think crypto is going to be dead for 3 years. I think NFTs are on the fast track to zero for the most part. I think like
Yeah.
now looking back on it, it reminds me of Top Shot, but just a longer bull period
There's
and a
more
slower
different, yeah.
death. Like it's going to follow the same trajectory. It's just over a longer time frame. I feel like.
Wait, so Babs, you don't think that that if crypto comes back and makes a comeback and everything's ripping and we're 0% interest rates and stuff, you don't think NFTs are going to be along with that at all? Like
I think there's
zero,
gonna be-
zilch, none. Like there's
I
not
think
going
there's
to be
gonna
an
be the
NFT
odd-
bull run or
The
anything.
odd project that's maybe different than a PFP, etc. that might have might see the light of day, but it's not going to be like in July and August where like everyone was releasing a new PFP project every day and they would 5x from in 24 hours. Like that's never happening again. People are too skeptical. Like everyone that wasn't early has been burned, probably lost a ton of money. Like I just don't think you're ever going to see that kind of same hype for NFTs. In my opinion, I think NFTs will have other use cases and other projects, interesting ones will come out, games, like that kind of stuff. Like NFTs aren't dead. I think pictures like monkey JPEGs are dead.
You think PFPs are dead, not NFTs? Because
Yes.
I am like,
Yeah.
I can't see a world where crypto just is absolutely ripping and NFTs are like kind of an integral part of that ecosystem now. And I don't really see that changing like I would find it hard to believe that if crypto just absolutely rips in like 2024, that we don't see any NFTs doing well at the same time. Like people can't contain themselves.
Let
Like
me ask you.
they
Let me
like
ask you.
Zero to
Let me
like
ask
they
you.
want to
20.
gamble on like a picture casino. Like that's I think it's just as simple as like people just want to gamble
Something
on
to
pictures.
gamble on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so when ETH went to 4,800, did Top Shot start booming again? Like, is that like why do you think?
I think that's a little
No,
different.
You think it's different enough?
No, I think I think
is
that's
it?
well.
I
Top
think
Shot
there'll be
is.
brands.
I'm not.
And like I think we'll see a lot of these teams like come together, like 10 KTFs now under Yuga. Like Yuga's obviously going to be the big one.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these teams will like combine together. But I agree with you that there's not going to be these random, like what was the one other FTX Yacht Club, whatever, like those things popping up for basically free, going to 1 Ethereum in 2 days, like that type of thing probably won't happen in the same way. But I'm kind of excited for when music tickets become NFTs and I could start, oh, I know how to use this technology, potentially be able to like start flipping those before like the normies understand what they're doing with stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like there'll still be opportunities that pop up, but I think like short term, next few months, it's going to be pretty bleak.
I think there's going to be new stuff built on top of NFTs, like NFT rails, kind of like what Franklin did today with apes and how he's leveraging his gargantuan bag of apes to just manipulate the floor and then make 23 ETH out of nowhere because he just has a shitload of apes, can dump the floor and then lend himself. Like there's just the financialization of the JPEGs that is interesting as far as the next steps. And I agree with you, Lou, that I think there's going to be more real world assets tied to NFTs. We've been talking about this for literally over a year, but I think it is going to come. I don't know that like our on-chain ability to manually edit gas and like understand gas limit stuff is going to be. I don't think it's going to matter. Like everything's going to be on on Polygon with low gas fees and just you click a button and then you do it, or it's going to be like Pump Skull is saying Rainmakers where it's like NFT in name only. I fucking hate it. It's like, yeah, it's on a smart contract. Everything is just a database, though. It's not even really an NFT that's moving around. It's so bad. I hate that part of it. That
Isn't
feels
that maybe the future of NFTs, though? Like where people, it's only an NFT by name. It shouldn't even be called an NFT. Like it's this digital item asset that people can own. Asset that people can own, and they don't. I think in order for us to, or for NFTs to become mainstream, like we have to like shed that name almost, because like nobody's gonna go around like talking about NFTs like we did the last 2 years going forward. Like it's not a cool name. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Like it has to be more mainstream, and it has to come across as something that's not an NFT or crypto related. It's just a digital asset that people can own.
Well, what about all these people that have these bags or are still buying things right now? Like say, I feel like Azuki is a good example of this, where it's like the mid tier, right? Where people are still buying it because it's around 10 ETH. They still see the upside. They've seen how high it goes, right? But it's still considered like a top 5 project or whatever. So like, why are people still buying these things if so many people that we talk to have that same take? That's like, why are people going to hold these long term? So I don't know. Like, why are people still so excited about these things after what we've seen over the past 6-8 months? It's bag bias.
I don't know why. I'm not excited about it. I'm not buying NFTs. I'm not trading NFTs right now. It's just tiresome, and it feels really risky to even try to trade these. So I can't
even remember the last time I bought an NFT. I was actually thinking about that. I actually went on my OpenSea for the first time in like months the other day because I just had like I wasn't buying, I wasn't selling, so it was just like there was nothing to do with it. But I don't know. I'm still like semi bullish NFTs. Like I don't think it's completely over for them. That's the thing.
Do you have anything still, Trey? What's your bags?
I have my one Azuki, and then I still have my
That's it.
Treeverse stuff, but that's pretty
That's
much it. Yeah, but honestly, Azuki's held up better than I thought.
Yeah.
To be honest, every time I go and look at the floor, I'm always thinking it's going to be like 5 or below 5, and they're still hanging on around 9 or 10. And honestly, Treeverse is doing better than I thought too. So I don't know. Like, I don't have anything, like, I sold off most of my stuff, so I'm not like bag holding a ton of stuff, but I still have exposure to the NFT market, at least a little bit.
Lou, you probably track this closer than anybody else, at least on this show. Like, how's volume been? Like, how low is volume? Because I'm just not interested in looking, and Trey's not interested in looking. Like, so who's buying? To me, it feels like the housing market, right? Like, there's no forced sellers really because people got low mortgages. There's people are trying to buy, but the spread is too big, so there's just no volume transacting, and that's my hunch with NFTs.
The only consistent is Yuga. Like, that's the only one that gets consistent volume. Art gobblers pop up, like things like that pop up here and there, but like every day, like if you check like our evening report every day, like the top 5 volume on the day, Bored Ape Yacht Club is always on there. Mutant Ape Yacht Club is pretty much always on there. Other Deed is probably most of the times on there. Like at least 2 of those 3 are in the top 5 every day, and it's almost like we've talked about this before. With now. We never really had a blur or talking about like the royalty stuff on the show before, but it was basically just the market was bleeding 10% a trade, right? By selling on OpenSea. And now it's like, well, you can sell for essentially free on some of these other marketplaces. But yeah, it was like people are just trading hands. It's almost like, I don't know, volume is consistently going down. Interest in NFTs is just consistently going down, and it's like hard to see what a long-term like factor would be to like get people back excited into it. Maybe, as Babs was saying, maybe there's just too many projects.
Here's
different projects out there.
Here's how bad this is. I just went to OpenSea to poke around. I go, oh, Chris Hardwick, Talking Dead, notable collections. Let me look at that. 0 ETH in volume, and it's
it's on the front page.
It has a blue check mark.
Oh my god!
What is this? Is this?
Yeah, what the hell?
Click into activity. There's one. Is this? Are we finding alpha? Is this dropping soon or something?
Ooh, they're listing for zero width.
Maybe they open it tomorrow or something.
Yeah,
917 views.
Oh,
okay. Maybe
they're all in.
Yeah,
they're
bids.
all auctions.
They must be auctions. Yeah.
Oh,
that makes more sense. That's funny.
Should we be auctioning on this? What is it?
No, God, no, stop.
Wait, 3D models? What was that?
Stop. No, you're getting sucked in, Lou.
The only thing to trade these days are art blocks. That's what Chung told me, and they've been it pretty consistently.
Yeah, I saw you mention, Lou, that art blocks were just ripping recently. So is that like they're totally back? Like what's the story behind that?
So they just like they're on like art blocks 2.0 now, where they're not doing series anymore, but they're still doing curated. There's a curated Wednesday, but everything before.
Hey, sorry, I tried one more thing. If it goes out one more time, I'll leave you.
I don't care. I think it's great.
It's funny. You do it for a year and then you never have a problem, and then you come back after 6 months.
I know. I don't remember you haven't ever having
I don't know
like big issues or anything.
Yeah, tried one more thing. We'll see. What'd I miss?
Talking about art blocks now.
Yeah, art blocks.
Oh yeah.
Any of those?
I've actually minted some, and every time I mint it, I lose money, and everyone I don't mint, like they 3x basically. I can never get the right one.
Oh,
I'm so frustrated.
Oh, the turntables.
Like so frustrated. I can't handle it. So I've kind of just been stopping again.
Yeah, I don't know who's like minting them specifically, but I know a lot of people are trying to complete the full set of Series 1. So that created a rush on the end of Series 1, and I think that just kind of moved forward. What are these
from Top Shot?
Cool cookies. Didn't we mint those? We did.
We definitely did. Why? OpenSea just said food. We're gonna
Food.
Yeah. What?
Food themed
Food
NFTs.
NFTs.
What's NFT 101?
What's Gary V's sushi floor?
I was
at,
just gonna
too?
say I
It's like
saw
four
he
each.
just announced the
Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
the
he just-
location, right?
yeah, the
So it's like
location.
four
I was
each.
gonna post that in there.
Fly fish.
Fly fish, yeah.
That's right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
3.5.
3.54.
Wow. It's the
It's
only thing
it looks
surviving
kind
the
of cool.
blow.
It's like 3 levels in New York. Brooklyn. I think it was Brooklyn.
I still
Good
don't
miss.
understand
Man.
how he's gonna pull that off. But
I mean, he's got 9,000 Ethereum in volume. Wow, that was
That's
crazy,
ridiculous.
Dave.
So wait, the
I
way
missed
this
that
works
bit.
is you can only go to this restaurant if you own the NFT.
there's got to be like
Yeah.
a way for you
Yeah,
to
I think
lend
so.
out your
Do you have to pay when you're
spot
there?
there or whatever. Like it can't just be the same. How many owners are there on this thing? It can't just be the
13,000.
same 1,300 people going to fucking eat fish all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good
there's got to
point.
be someone
Actually,
else.
How
so-
often you go
Like
in
there's
there?
no way.
how many unique customers would a local restaurant have?
I know. I'm trying to think of the
Right? Like think
math
of your
back,
local
too.
Vietnamese
Yeah,
spot. How
you're-
many unique
you're right.
customers do you think they'd have?
Maybe
Well,
maybe
New York though, it's
1,300.
different. New York. I mean, the numbers.
But does it matter? Like, does it matter how much money have they made already? Like, do they care too much if it's not always full?
They don't care. They got 9,000.
Well, yeah,
right?
they don't, Gary
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. So like,
I love how we have our first show in 6 months and we're talking about Gary V's fly fishing club.
They finally made it.
Yeah.
well, I didn't realize they're actually building it.
I
thought
think
it
it's-
just-
I don't believe they're actually building it.
Oh.
I think
I
they're
don't believe
currently
it.
building it. Yeah,
Oh.
or maybe it is built.
While we're watching this, so the chat was giving me shit about bag bias, like not holding any NFTs. I still have a Moonbird and a Mutant, so I'm not totally bag biased. I still have
Still have a
some
Mutant?
exposure. I do.
Wow.
Okay, I'm done.
Unfortunately, I'm not like pumped about having one still, but I do. Anyway,
Did you sell all of your like ape and all the other shit that got airdropped?
I have
to
no
you?
ape. Yeah, I sold that a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I sold my Coda a week ago. I still have
Oh.
one of those.
What are
Yeah.
Coda floors at? I think I sold. I was like, that was one of my sales, my last like big NFT sales where I was like, man, I could really regret this. But obviously, I
No,
doubt
you
that
did
that's
not.
held
I think
up
the
very
floor is
well.
like 7.5 or something.
Really.
Yeah, it's
I think I
brutal.
sold mine at like 18.
Well, I think other deeds are like 0.93 or something. Like it's pretty bad out there.
Yeah. Well, I saw that the entire Yuga ecosystem, like, aren't they all at all-time low floors right
Yeah,
now?
remember the
USD value?
investigation? That feels like so long ago because like FTX happened.
The investigation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The
Bored
Nazi one?
Yuga's getting investigated.
Oh yeah,
No.
that one. Oh yeah, I forgot
For,
about
like-
that. The SEC one.
for if the
Yeah.
other deed drop was legal.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they were like promising profits. I mean, I think that's why other deeds specifically dropped.
I think it's
All of
more
them are
other
dropping.
deeds has 100,000 supply, and you're just
Yeah,
never. You're just
It
never
was
getting
like
away from that.
1.6.
What happened to
or
the
something
second drop?
before.
Weren't they supposed to do a
They-
drop this fall?
they-
What if they knew the SEC probe was coming and just were going to say we're doing another one, but they knew they wouldn't be able to because the
Because
probe
of-
was coming?
That's genius.
I'll tell you, once they announce that, I'm probably want to buy a plot because people are gonna be like, "Oh well, I'm getting airdropped one, and it pumps." But
Do you
Can there
things
be
pump
enough
anymore,
upward
though?
pressure?
Like, they pump for like 24 hours almost, right? And then it's like back to the
24 minutes.
right. Like it's
Yeah,
like pumps
like-
are so short lived. It's not even worth it.
there's so much sell pressure.
Yeah, it's just
Like
so.
the Meebits did that recently, where they like announced something, and they ran up and they came immediately back down because people are like, "Wow, I can get out of my Meebit right now."
Man, I forgot that Meebits existed. I remember sitting there that Meebits day, staring at the Dutch auction going down, thinking, do I spend 25% of my bankroll on a Meebit? Like I didn't end up doing it, thank God.
Man, there's some wild days. The fly fish
Are
day
you
too.
are you all Lou, you're kind of an exception because of your day job, but are you all like trying to stay engaged at all right now? Like I find it hard to pay attention to
I have to
NFTs
force myself.
and even crypto. I just want the soap opera of crypto right now because that's all that is interesting, really.
Yeah.
I find like the only pay attention I do is through our Discord, and even that's like the info has kind of dried up because everyone else isn't paying attention. Like a new project comes out for NFTs, and I've never even heard of it. Like I'm so like what was Art Gobblers? I think I heard of like 2 days before the mint was happening, right? Like I'm so brutal now. Like it's just hard to stay engaged when 98% of it's going to be dust, right? Like. It's hard to stay engaged to find that 2%, I find.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is Have we seen the latest justification for SBF doing the one-word tweet shit?
Oh man.
Have we seen that?
I think.
Well,
When did it? Was that from the New York Times article?
Didn't he say he was
No.
trying to like?
That wasn't. He said it was just a troll, didn't he?
Oh.
Like he was just like,
Well,
I
he
don't know
said
what
that.
it's for. I'm just doing it letter by letter and letting it
Yeah.
go or whatever.
But the newest theory is that it's so that the Twitter deleted bots don't pick up on it because he's deleting a tweet when he adds a bullshit letter to his message. So
Oh my god. So like okay, I get what
Yeah.
you. So he adds a tweet, deletes a tweet, so then the net is just still zero. That's the dumbest fucking theory I've ever heard, but like
Is he
I
deleting
guess I
an
wouldn't be
old
surprised
tweet?
by anything at this point.
yeah, deleting old tweets.
So this is his way of like deleting.
Trying to hide it.
historical
Why
tweets.
not just do one big thread and then delete all the other tweets at the same time? Because that's too.
Well,
Because one letter per word is even longer of a thread.
Yeah.
Crypto Storm is saying he's deleting old tweets like when he said they had cash on hand.
Oh,
I just cannot believe some of these CEOs of crypto firms that are like clearly having issues that just pretend like they're not, and knowing full well that the information will come out and it'll fuck them more in the end. Like, I just can't imagine that. Like when you get prosecuted for this and it's inevitable, like they're gonna pull up your tweets saying to all of your customers like we're fully solvent, and then the next day you're filing for bankruptcy. Like that, I can't imagine that that's going to end well for you. I mean, it's just blatant fraud.
it was amazing how
but I
fast
think
it happened.
if you're that type of person who's like a sociopath, like you think you're not doing anything wrong and you think you're never going to get caught. So like
Yeah.
it doesn't even cross your mind that you're like covering anything up because you don't think anything's going to go wrong. Like I bet to the last second he thought he was going to turn it around, right? Like I was going to make that joke too, that it looks like you guys have aged terribly over the last 6 months. But
Yeah.
I'm sure I have.
yeah. Anyway,
Could
Well,
be
he
the
was doing
kids.
right.
Could be the crypto.
That was the whole altruism thing, right? Like
That-
what he
that's
was
my favorite
doing was
sub-
best for.
That's
the
my favorite
companies he was
subplot.
gonna
Of like,
donate
It is.
to
That
and
is mine too. The effective altruism and how he like almost
They
you
hate
could-
him now.
You could almost like theorize that he like in his own mind was doing the right thing because he was using each dollar to its absolute max, and therefore if he kept that money just sitting there, he wouldn't be fulfilling his duties as a effective altruistic person. I don't know. It's crazy though. Like what a fucked up mindset. Like you can just justify anything. Like any and all behavior you can justify because it's for this effective altruism.
Whacking Slinky is predicting prison for SBF by this time next year. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do a reunion.
Won't he be in like a nice prison that like he's separated from Bubba's?
Yeah, he's
you'll get a white.
him and, he and his family are well connected enough that he'll
Like
be
get a white collar
Epstein was
prison.
like barely ever in jail, wasn't he? Wasn't he like always off working, so he was okay?
He would
I
get
have
some
no idea.
favors, I think, and it'd be a soft prison. It
Okay.
wouldn't be bad.
Is this like too egregious to like for him to be able to use his connections though?
perfect timing.
Oh.
Easy.
Oh baby.
Perfect
Here
timing.
we go. Let's go.
What's perfect?
White collar crime. They get slapped on the wrist and they get like a
His showdown,
luxury. They get a
if he's
luxury
on-
prison.
If
Right?
Easy's
Like
on with us, his lineups must be dead already.
Washington's winning. It's like
We're
what's
going
going
into
on?
halftime. We're doing all right.
Are you live? Are you dead already? Like what?
We're
Give me
done-
a status on
yeah,
Monday night.
now. Come on now.
I know it's
played
early.
That's
zero.
what-
I know.
that's what Trey said,
I
too.
know. Easy played 0 Brian Robinson.
No. That's not
You
true.
you played some?
Yeah.
Did
How much?
Robinson score?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like 12
Shit.
points.
I got a Brian
Oh,
Robinson lineup.
Congrats, Easy.
Fake news.
I was gonna make that joke too because Easy always says that anytime I was on screen. It's like 1 week later, it looks like you got lost weight. It's like yeah.
A 6% Brian Robinson's not going to be enough. All right.
When's
I go
Gibson
try
gonna
that.
start catching passes? Weren't we all on Gibson receiving
We dot gif.
on the parlay side?
We dot gif.
Thank you, Frankie. Easy on the SBF stuff.
Oh yeah.
Frankie's question
I
is,
don't know
why
what's
is
going
Easy coming out for the white collar crime? It is perfect timing.
We were talking about how bad his jail conditions would be. SBF.
Yeah.
SPFs.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on who you think he's in bed with, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I think, what's his name? Shoot. Like Epstein's jail
Gensler?
conditions, or like, what's her name? Maxwell's jail conditions are like slightly different. You know, depends on who he's in bed with. What's his name? McAfee. Wait, he didn't end up in jail. He just got suicide.
Didn't he fake his death and dip out?
I don't know. It depends. Like, I think he's involved enough with people that are gonna take care of him. That's just my.
Is it too egregious though? That's what I was kind of getting at before. Like, is it so bad that these politicians or the people that he was in bed with are like, holy shit, like we just have to completely separate ourselves from this? Or is it so bad? Maybe it's so bad that they're like, we have to give him good conditions out of fear for what he might say. I don't know.
That's
It's
a
a
prime,
fucked
like,
up.
suicided risk, right?
I don't-
Yeah.
I don't think favors behind closed doors like ever come back to bite people like that though, right? Like you don't really hear about them like someone bribing the whatever the prison head of prisons to get him in a nice prison, and you don't hear about it, right? Like people can do that stuff behind closed doors. I feel like
Scully said
Tony
not
with a good
only
joke.
that he bribed security to get
Yeah.
phones or whatever. So
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
is
he
it?
meant it earnestly when he said like prison's not that bad.
yeah,
He wasn't-
like,
he
you
wasn't
get a phone.
shit-posting.
Yeah, no, he's just like whatever.
one thing I never understood is like everyone always had the perception that he was like, oh, like he liked to live poor and he drove his Corolla or whatever, and then he had a $10 million
Yeah.
penthouse. Like why is that like just coming up now?
Right. So-
Why is
Why is that? Do you know what
I think
mean?
it was like 200 million of real estate down in the
Yeah.
Bahamas.
that's insane?
That is
Yeah,
weird.
the pictures of that penthouse are just. I mean, it was
Very nice.
insane.
Oh yeah, like he wasn't like some guy that didn't care about material things, right? Like
Yeah.
but that was the perception.
Well, that's the
Yes.
perception that they
But
tried to.
They're trying very hard for that to be
Yeah.
the perception. More inviting, I guess, for people, like, I don't know, non-threatening, I guess, versus like evil genius, where I
Yeah.
don't know where he actually is on the spectrum. But
Well, it's also like he's one of us. He's just another slob in his hoodie and his comfy shorts
Beanbag
writing
chair.
code. So
Yeah.
I mean, it makes some sense as far as like he's relatable in that way. To put that
But, like,
image forward.
I'd like to think we present ourselves a little bit better than SPF, but I mean, I guess our viewers can be the ones to judge.
That's true. I've gotten my second haircut since COVID started this past week. So yeah, we're doing better. We're doing better than SBF.
can we see it?
No,
Okay.
I apply product.
One of the wildest things to me is like Caroline's like obsession with like power hunger, like power
Yeah.
guys. Like that was kind of weird to me. Like,
With her what?
she's like super, I guess, gets her rocks off with like people who have power. Like that's her thing. Like it's like what she lives for. I don't know. There's a couple like articles posted about it.
Yeah, from her blog, right?
Yeah.
She like wrote about this.
Yeah. Wrote about
I
like
haven't
how
read
like
those. I'm sure they're
oh
good.
you should read them. They're entertaining.
I've heard they're good.
Yeah, read them. They're
Her
different.
interview was
Like
wild.
she seems very odd. Let's put it. Like,
Yeah, well,
yes.
I could have
Yeah.
told you that.
Yeah.
Did I see that she is currently not under supervision by law enforcement because she happened to be in Hong Kong when all this started going down, so she actually has like a shot at making it to Dubai and not getting extradited? That's like insanity if that's the case.
Just another piece of this wild puzzle.
And maybe that's why she's the one that was talking more explicitly on that video call from Sunday about fraud, of just saying, hey, we did a fraud.
Yeah. Yeah. Was that, you're saying the one like after it all went down and she was addressing Alameda? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Just, I can't even imagine.
We're what, like 8 days into this?
Well, it started on, I mean, the 8th is the day that
early.
No, it started like the 8th, I think, was the, I guess if you go back all the way to the CoinDesk article
That was
from
the second.
a week and a half ago,
Yeah.
the CoinDesk
That's
article
true.
was?
Yeah.
That came out the second.
Because then CZ didn't tweet until
his tweet was the 8th.
following week,
yeah.
wasn't it? The 8th, yeah.
Or the 7th
and
or
then
whatever.
the 10th was the day that it all really hit the fan, wasn't it?
Well, 'cause people thought it would be okay because Binance was going to bail them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that when I was in line to vote. So that was Tuesday afternoon. Or Tuesday morning.
So wild.
But that didn't last long. Like even the
24
minute
hours.
that Binance came out and said that they announced that Binance was going to be acquiring them, like there was always that like little stipulation that was like as long as the books look fine, and then it was pretty quickly after that.
The next morning.
Yeah, like people started doing the math, and it was like this is not going to end well. Like this, there's no way that this goes through because that number kept moving up from 2 billion to like. By the next morning, it was like 6 or 7, and then it turns out it was like 8 to 10.
Are people trusting CZ more? Because I didn't really trust him much before this. I get that he's rich and he's playing the role of good whistleblower kind of guy, but instead of my trust increasing in anyone, it's just everyone else is going down basically, except for Coinbase right now for some reason in my head. Anybody else have any trust going up on anybody in crypto, like those big wigs?
I would say, I mean, for CZ, maybe slightly, but I didn't have a very like great view of him prior. So maybe this just like jumped him up a little bit, but nothing that really moves the needle. Like if anything, my trust just amongst everybody in the system has gotten down astronomically. I just don't trust anyone. Like even Coinbase, like I don't trust Brian Armstrong at all. Like, and that's not because Brian Armstrong hasn't done anything good. It's just because like being in the space right now, I don't think that you can trust anyone safely.
I'm just getting word that we have some new images to share. Hold on one second.
I thought you were gonna say one of the guests that we sent.
No, I don't see any guests.
Both.
I don't see any guests, unfortunately. They're faking blindness. So I'm seeing this a new leaked photo of Babs.
That was pretty fast. Photoshop job.
That was good. Babs, do you have a special connection to the Padres, or
no? I like the hat.
You're a Mariners fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I like the hat. It's one of the few like baseball hats. Other than like if I was to wear my own teams, I like the Padres hat. Is that am I a traitor for wearing a team's hat that I don't cheer for?
I don't think so. No. Baseball hats for sure. Like that's like you can get away with it fashion wise just by wearing a baseball hat.
Yeah. I'm not cool enough to find like the fashion hats that are cool. Like I'm not like up on the cool hip things like you guys. So like I just wear baseball hats instead. Is that all right?
My Doug's hat is like one of my. It's like the hat that I wear the most. My tan just like got the little Doug on it. I love it.
Yeah,
Doug hat's good.
Yeah. I had a question.
Yeah.
If what price would you buy a Bored Ape at if you were to buy one? Like assuming it keeps going down, what would be your price where you'd start thinking about it?
In ETH?
No, let's do USD because some people are stabled up. So if you're stabled up and you had to make the decision to maybe buy one, where would you start having to think about it, if at all? And maybe the answer is I would never.
Well, it's at 50 grand right now, isn't it? Isn't that what someone said?
A little over. I think the floor is.
over.
Let's look. I think it's
Maybe
a bit
60.
over. Yeah, say 60. It's at 60 grand right now.
That's 60 grand right now.
60? Wow, I did not realize that.
Yeah, floors on OpenSea is
63.
49.95.
Yeah, so it's 63. Oh shit.
It might pass 50 soon.
First number that came to mind for me was 15. But even then, like I would feel really, really disgusted.
What has to happen either in macro or specific to Yuga for it to go all the way to 15? Like if that happens, like the last thing you're gonna be doing.
I never said that I would be doing it, but that's like in my head. That's where like this is a hypothetical. Like would I have the stones to buy during that? Like probably not.
I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the first number that popped in my head. 20K seems like too much. I don't know.
I don't think I could do it until it's the number that I sold at.
What did you sell
Mentally weak, Lou.
For
what did you
closer to 10K?
What was it? $4,000?
No, it's 4. I
$8?
think it was about 10K probably, right?
It was for 2069.
Yeah.
And then whatever E3K or whatever. It was like 10,
12. 10, 12.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember we were talking about the last time we had a show, and it was around like less than $1,000 ETH, and that's when punks got around 60K USD again. And I remember later, I didn't realize they were that low because I just wasn't paying attention because I was so sad. But I remember thinking like, oh, that would have been an easy buy.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't have the same feeling towards Yuga. I've always not really liked them comparatively to punks, like just from the narrative standpoint. And it just feels like buying, I don't know. It's just not my vibe. So I don't know that I have a number, but it'd be higher than Lure Trey. Like as far as an investment vehicle, like 30K seems good. Like I think the floor is going to land around 40 or 50K, but like during this fear and peak FUD, it'll probably dip lower. And maybe the way to play it is kind of like Franklin. There's going to be some people that are just weak-handed and want to get liquidity and get liquidated on some of these NFT lending platforms, and that's the way to buy low versus just buying where the floor is on blur.io. Remember to farm your airdrop or whatever.
There's going to be isn't there going to be a ton of defenders at 50K? I feel like that's going to be like a number.
There's a ton at 100 too.
50K USD.
Yeah.
Do you think that people even look at like if I don't know. I still look at all my NFTs in ETH. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. Even though I have more stables than I do ETH at this, like I'm still just. If it gets to a certain ETH number, that's kind of what I'm looking for.
You said it broke 50, Babs. So I guess there wasn't enough defenders at 50.
Yeah, I mean 50 on OpenSea, but like if you click on each one, they were like all just recently bought. So it's like all flip. The entire floor is like recent flips.
And I haven't looked at Blur. I'm assuming it's lower because like
it's 47 on Blur. Yeah. I mean, but like there's only one. It's flagged or whatever. But
still.
How long have punks been above apes? Is this like a thing like where it's been persistently that way for a few months, or is that
like
I just looked up? Oh, okay. Because
so.
punks are 65.
Yeah, it's been
punks. It separated like very recently.
Yeah,
the last couple weeks.
Yeah. I think at this point, I think I would long term. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
If I was gonna buy one right now, I think I would probably still buy a punk.
Because people that are in punks
for a while there wasn't.
They're thinking like years.
Yeah,
like they're gonna hold it for 5 years.
People that hold Bored Apes now expect too much almost, right? Like the utility.
They already got
my free money.
No, the punk is just like you own the punk and that's it. Like that's just you get to say that you own a punk.
I mean,
that is the basicness of it. Is why I think that, to be honest.
But wait, didn't they hire? They hired someone to be like the head of punks and like to build stuff for punks, right? Didn't they do that?
Because they're building it though doesn't mean that same just like basicness isn't there.
I agree. My point is that there's more of a narrative there of like,
true.
Oh, they did a thing
it's even more
for
bullish,
this collection versus Yuga. Like, I don't know you already gave me a mutant and land and ape coin. Like, what else do I really? What else can you expect? I don't. I don't know.
Plus, like anecdotally, Bored Apes are more like class of 21 types, and like punks are like class of 17s. Like if you're still holding a punk, like anecdotally, right? Like there's much less volume, so I think a lot more original or older holders on punks. And it's like if you haven't sold a punk yet, like why are you going to sell now? Versus you can see hundreds or perhaps even thousands of people that are holding Bored Apes as a large percentage of their net worth that like haven't been through a bearish cycle or two that punk holders might have been. So yeah, I think in a bear market, I would expect punks to be above apes, and if it goes bullish again, and there's like you guys like working on shit, like maybe apes reflips, but in bear market, I can't see it.
So Easy, when you're looking at these different types of assets, are you like, is your framework risk curvy? Like you think of where punks are on the risk curve and versus Yuga? Because that's kind of what I was hearing in your language of like, if we get a big pump, then Yuga might surpass punks because of the risk curve kind of concept, or is that just with those two?
Yeah, I mean, it's more about like the type of holders and the amount of churn that has gone through apes. I think that like they're just like used as almost like a trading vehicle more than punks have been. Like, I don't want to say like Bitcoin or like gold comparison, but like store of value, and there's like no expectation. Punks just kind of exist, and punk holders just exist, and many have been around for years and years and through a long bear cycle. Again, it might just be anecdotes, but that seems to be how it's like following the market.
How are LeBron Cosmics holding?
Or
200,000 still.
Holding's probably the wrong word.
When was the last sale of a LeBron Cosmic?
I think there was one recently.
Oh, was there?
Really?
Okay.
But for like 15K or something. It was.
I was gonna say, was it over 20?
Oh, that low? Jeez.
I think there was one that sold for like a low, but I don't know if it was a Cosmic.
Wasn't
it
there
was a Jaw? I think.
Wasn't there a narrative for a while that if a LeBron Cosmic got listed for 200 grand, it would get instant bought? Like there wasn't any listed for a long time.
Oh, during the
probably
guarantee, I guarantee.
All right, okay. I was trying to remember back, but
possible.
That was
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like every single Cosmic it would get lit, would get bought up.
Yeah, because people were saying they were worth over $1 million plus. I feel like at one point, right? Like is what the people thought.
I think there were people that were willing to buy too for that like 3-week period or whatever.
Are we going to be coming up on the 2-year anniversary of Top Shot here? So
yeah.
the 2-year anniversary of the Bales article. I was trying to think.
I was thinking that because I think I started at the end of January-ish.
It was mid-January. It was mid-January
or something. Yeah,
it was mid-January when we all got in on that.
Which feels kind of crazy that it's been 2 years. It doesn't feel that long, but sometimes it does. Like it's weird.
This year's felt a lot longer.
Yeah.
Yes, it has.
Yep.
Do you guys miss say like the July and August of last year? Do you miss that?
Yes. That's like maybe the easiest layup question.
Okay, no, like yeah. So you don't.
I was like, am I missing something here?
No, I more meant like, is it nice to not have to like worry about it? Like, okay, without excluding the money factor. You're fine.
I would love to be staying up and not being able to fall asleep at 3 a.m. because there's some random thing minting that the Toads night was like they went from 0.1 to 0.8 in like a 2-hour period. And I'm just watching every Toad sale. Like the dopamine that you got from
an incredibly euphoric time of my life.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever have a persistently euphoric time in my life like that was, because it was just every day you wake up just fired up to jump on and look at your open sea. And it was just like, it was like living in heaven. It was incredible. And yeah, now we have nothing like even close to it.
Dangy, I would venture to guess that you and I, just because of how much we play in like the coin streets relative to NFTs, like you are more scared, or I am more scared now about like missing. Like if you were offline for one day when Anchor UST pegged, you would have lost it all. If you're
I was offline. That was like, I'm taking a break. That week, I'm like, I'm logging out, guys. I can't. I remember I was on vacation. Like,
you could have been 100% in stable coins for a weekend and you would have lost it all. Or you could have had your entire balance on FTX and lost it all. It's like the FOMO of like, I mean, there's people in our Discord. It's like, you can't go to sleep. Like, God forbid, you're going to wake up and like, are you safe on, like, there was a time where we're like, you're not going to be safe on chain. Now you're not safe in a SEC. Now you're not safe. Like, where are you safe? Whereas like back then you were like, oh, if I miss it, I'm going to miss out on making like free money. It's like the mental health of that was not great, but neither is like, well, if I stop staring at Twitter, then I'm going to lose it all too. You're just
literally I have a wallet labeled moved from FTX and Coinbase because you were supposed to get them off. I think it was for the ETH proof of work airdrop or something. The central exchanges were not safe. Like I moved them off.
Man.
Yeah. And then I moved them on. Then you moved them back off.
How much is proof of work ETH going for these days?
It was like $3. No,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was like $3 or something. I only know that or ballpark-ish because I was in FTX US recently and I saw it just sitting there. And I didn't have enough. At one point, I didn't have enough money to move your money off of FTX US because a working theory was if you zero out your balance, they're not going to have a record of your balance, like the scammers who had hacked the site. So then they might not get your PII. That like,
oh my god,
it's crazy. Yeah. What's funny is you all were describing the euphoria around NFT summer, and the first reaction that I had was remembering when I would wake up and then see the mints that I missed overnight and just feeling sad. Like,
like I was wondering, you're like, dang, like because you have kids too, right? Like you must at least party like not having to worry about it, be so plugged in as we were, right? Like I found that hard. Like I love it. Don't get me wrong. I would go back there in a second, but it's the 10% of me is kind of enjoying not having to be so plugged in.
I still have the PTSD of like mealtime with the family, like the dinner time to bedtime chunk where you're just dust. I still like, I'm not kidding. Like almost every night.
Like, that's minting at 7. Oof. Bad time.
Like I can vividly remember the mints I missed because I was either putting kids to bed or like dinner. Like I remember Crypto Toads, like I was putting kids to bed and I missed it. And then I was like, those ones just like, they stuck with me forever. Right.
Tom Sachs is mine because I remember I was getting justifiably getting shit from my wife for like not being around the family enough. Like gonna have a lunch, gonna go sit away from the laptop. Oop, miss Tom Sachs.
Oh, I miss Tom. I was just gonna say Tom Sachs was that's the one that I remember that I was so mad that
I was walking my dog.
I wasn't doing anything. I had an alarm set. Like I literally just forgot about it. And then all of a sudden people are like selling for 50 ETH and shit. And I'm like, wow, I am a fucking idiot. Like I just completely missed it. I'm pretty sure it was on like a Saturday too.
It was a Saturday.
So like I was literally just sitting doing nothing. Oh,
it was a Saturday at noon Eastern.
Oh my god, I was so pissed.
I didn't have that free rocket thing that you needed. I never did it because I was like, "This is stupid."
I had it.
I had it, and it didn't.
So mad.
It even made me more mad.
I think I had it on 3 wallets.
And then you could never sell.
You couldn't transfer it though. I remember you couldn't transfer it because like someone right, like
they like froze it or something.
Oh God, Mikey, the time rugs.
Oh yeah, that was the worst. You sit there for an hour and a half. What was the one? The Gala Games for
the boxes.
It was 3 hours, probably, right? I think I was sitting there for.
That was a print fest, though.
No, it wasn't. I ended up trying to snipe. Voxes on bad metadata.
No, it wasn't Voxes. It was the second one.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it was
like 0.888, right? Or
yeah, it was the one you had to buy their shit coin for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man, what a rug.
Yeah. And then like they wasn't some of them weren't processing and they would take your money. Remember?
I do remember. Miranda's. Thank you, Tony. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Miranda's
boxes.
I don't remember.
Well,
and you remember someone because hacked or like someone was like getting all the rare ones.
Yeah, they figured out how to mint and that like did the dragons and
the true edge. That's when the edge in NFTs is just unreal. Like you could figure out something like that and you could just print on one project and it would make up for like everything else.
And one of those dragons sold for like 2 million or something ridiculous, right? Like, that guy's down so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one side of it. It's like there's so many people that just dropped, like Logan Paul with the ON Force.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many people that were just dropping like millions on things, and then
I
2 months
remember
later
that.
they're
The
dead.
troll. Yeah.
DraftKings troll.
Yeah.
The future of
Remember
PFEs.
Yeah, what kind of troll?
The Mirandus
Trolls
ones,
are
there was
going
a
for
troll
100K
race.
now.
I remember some. Yeah, I actually do vaguely remember
Yeah.
some
Wow,
solid sales in that time.
nice flex, Brian.
Good lord.
100K. Did we know about that?
Yeah,
he
what?
posted.
That's pretty quiet there.
He posted, but if you think back then, it was like that was like a 25 ETH sale or something. When
Right.
it was like,
Yeah.
so like it wasn't like
It didn't
it's
sound-
a little different. Like it didn't take much.
Yeah, straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's also
That
when
was my
like
highest sale.
when like our emotions got in the way of us like congratulating each other. Babs knows this very well as far as like he misses the congratulations, but we all would fracture into our little threads and then not tell each other when we made a lot of money because people would feel bad because they missed out.
Oh yeah.
That era.
It's
Yeah.
Completely that era. Oh God,
Jesus.
so crazy. I want it back. I don't know when it's going to come back, or if it's probably not. It's not going to come back in that form.
No,
Ever.
it'll be different, yeah.
Not the
No,
same
never.
form. It'll just be like it's harder. It'll be harder to find them probably.
I feel like that was like our once in a lifetime opportunity to make ridiculous returns. Like I'd be surprised if like in our lifetimes we ever get something like that again. Like nothing comes along very often that you could have turned, a couple thousand into $1 million if you played it right. Like that doesn't happen very often. So like it's kind of sad thinking about that. Like that was your one chance, and like
Yeah.
but
Let's run it back. Come on.
Wait, Puck, is that now? Did we just get a live drop alert, Puck?
No, that's coming out. He tweeted about it today, Ferris. I don't think there's a date, but I think he's saying like the chance is like that's one that you'll want to get in.
I see. Yeah, I can see that. He's a well-known guy.
We saw it happen with Kevin Rose. Like there's
true.
just a lot of people that are culty obsessed with Ferris.
I'd say even more so than Rose. But I guess the Rose people were more Web3
Had
native.
more money.
So maybe there was more funds to just pour into Moonbirds. And he'd already crowned them with the proof pass and made them a shitload of money that way.
Yeah.
So there's money sloshing around. Okay. I'm about done here.
are the Eagles
I
going
wanna
to
talk
lose?
about, like-
This is embarrassing. Okay.
What is?
The Eagles, they're going to lose.
You hate to see it.
I mean, there's 12 minutes left in the third quarter.
I
See what's-
mean,
I would love nothing more than for
staring at the ETH price. Hey, ETH is at 1550. What are you guys talking? What are you guys all upset about? Because
I did call the absolute top that one day.
that was insane.
But,
That
how
one
many
day,
times has
Babs?
Bab called the? Yeah, I was gonna say, how many times has Babs called the top? Are you kidding?
Now it's just fun. Now it's just fun to mush it.
You're
Is
you're
it?
pretty good at it at this point. When Babs
mean-
notices ETH is ripping, that's when you got to sell.
I gotta admit, I mean, I gotta imagine that most of us and most of the people in our Discord like outperform the market by a lot.
Easy.
In
Like-
just from NFT,
Yeah.
some like to look back and like, yeah, you can have regrets from, oh, I didn't make my million or whatever, but holy shit, like we easily outperform the market, and all we had to do was sit in front of our computer. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy to think about it, to be honest.
I mean, crypto's been proven to kind of be a scam, right? Like if you bought any coins in the last 2 years, you're underwater.
yes,
If you bought
yeah,
coins,
exactly.
if you bought coins on Christmas 2017, you're underwater.
Well, and then even if you bought the right coins, yeah, and even if you bought the right coins and put them on the wrong exchange, you're fucked. Or in
Yeah.
the wrong, like there's just, I feel like most of us have really like dodged a lot of bullets, and then we also outperformed the market because of NFTs. So like we got really freaking lucky.
It's tough. You got to put yourself in position to get lucky, right? Like I
Yeah.
think there's like, I don't think mint and print is going to exist the way that it did in mid 2021 ever again in that form, just because it's a super saturated market and like everyone knows what to do, but like so first mover advantage might not be there. But it's going to manifest in some other ways. Like Top Shot, you would have never, like, if you went back 2 years ago, you would have never known that Top Shot could have been profitable or like could have even existed. So like it'll, if you're like interested and degenerate enough to like be exploring around for like money making opportunities, there's always going to be something. If like the macro environment allows people to like have excess money to speculate, to just like, be like plugged in and like interested, it'll come some other way. It might not be as easy, but they're like, we're not gonna live the rest of our lifetimes without like holy shit, you really like were able to 10x your 100x that easily. It'll happen. It might not be the way we know it. It might not be this year, but it's going to happen.
And there are still crypto grinders out there, for sure. I'm in a couple other chats where the people are actually grinding and like still hoping to make their 100x's. And so I think there will be opportunities. But yeah, I think my struggle is going to be being plugged in and doing the grindy work for it. Because you're not going to see the returns as quickly as you did with NFTs, where you would mint and print. It's not. It's longer horizons now. So I got to retrain my brain for that, I think.
Which is really hard to do.
Yes.
Who knows? Maybe in 5 years from now, when like people the Zoomers out there that are like 50 and 60 and haven't had a job yet, maybe they're more degenerate than we are, and they find something like, maybe it's not NFTs, but maybe they get into something that, you know, they go crazy about and is money making opportunity, and then because we might have learned things from this cycle that will help us with that, even if it's not NFTs.
Yeah, and our elder statesmen have shared that in our chat too. Of like, my first cycle, I lost it all. My second cycle, I did better. Third cycle, I'm going to do better. So that's the whole idea, is that this was my first cycle being this involved in crypto. So yeah, let's hope next cycle we just sell some more tops and buy some more bottoms, and we'll be done.
Newbies buy our bags.
That's right. Buy moonbirds. Moonbirds are gonna like. I cannot even explain to you the problems they're solving right now in crypto. It's literally going to be so good.
We said that about Bored Apes, but are there like other projects that you think you would have a number like outside of apes, or is it like really just apes that while they're dipping?
It's no, like I'm a cynic enough that I don't think like this group of animals, and like I don't think cool cats are going to pump again. I don't see like existing projects just randomly ramping up into another 10x. Like it's just not going to happen.
Have the doodle boxes revealed yet?
No, definitely not.
Are you serious?
The doodle boxes have not revealed. No, the doodle 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
No, they probably haven't even said anything else on it.
What a rug that is! Like, how long's that been?
There's no way that's happening this year.
That's ridiculous.
Wasn't that NFT?
That was at NFT MIC, yeah. Because they had the in-person event that they minted them.
They're kind of geniuses, though. They knew they could suck out some more liquidity back when people still cared, and they released it when they.
Oh my god!
We thought that was such a smash too.
Have there been any, Lou? You're more in the loop, obviously. Have there been any NFT like known like founders that admitted like, yeah, we kind of got screwed by FTX, but like stick with us, we're still building? Because like people talk about contagion, and I think macro crypto, there's still, you know, impacts to be seen. Not that I'm like gonna say like, oh, you better sell all your spot exposure now. Like, I know it's cheap enough, whatever. I don't think you need to sell if you haven't sold yet. But
what's going on in the chat?
Yeah, we got some sex bots. We made it, guys. They are just flocking to the.
So like, I would be worried as a NFT bag holder that like, the funds are no longer here to like buy your bags. Like all the people that supported Kevin Rhodes, like those are the types of people that probably are gonna get ripple effects, like because they had, you know, their funds provided by Alameda and like stuff, and like I don't know, there's like the VCs are no longer able to buy our bags because like half of them are about to go under. It's like, and I'm worried about second or third tier NFTs and their founders, and like, did they actually get impacted by having funds in FTX or like investment by Alameda, or B, can you just like kind of quiet quit to be like, hey, like I can keep grinding my community and like try to go from like a 0.7 to like a 2 ETH floor, or I can just kind of blame FTX and go away. I don't know. That's just me like speculating and being a pessimist, but yeah, I would be like, I'd rather just buy higher on some of these things, honestly. Like they've dipped so much. Like if you buy 10% higher from here and feel better about it, I'd be okay.
Holy shit. Hold on.
Who's beeping?
Gump Skull. Gump Skull. Gump Skull. Gump Skull.
Hello.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm
Hey,
late.
Pump.
What's going on?
Man.
Wait. What is that?
Adidas fucking hoodie.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it?
Adidas hoodie.
It's actually really
Oh my
comfortable.
God. That's so funny.
His wall.
That is
quick
funny.
Photoshop. Take a screenshot of his wallet address.
Oh, God.
It's not actually our
I
wallet
know.
address, you
I
that,
know.
right?
I know.
Well,
It's someone's
That was
wallet
supposed to
address,
be.
right?
I think it's Adidas's wallet
Theirs?
address for
Yeah.
the contract address for the project, right?
Is it?
I think so.
I wonder if they used profanity. We can reverse engineer it.
do you remember when people were like scared to be like, I'm not going to buy that. Like someone's going to come up to me with a gun and want to rob me for my like,
Yeah.
dude, like a homeless person's going to come up to you and ask you if like you need, some money for your coffee.
Oh, God. Pump, how are you handling the boring bear market? How are you spending your time in crypto world? Or are you spending your time in crypto world?
I mean, besides the trolls, I haven't bought anything recently. I can't think of the last time I minted like from a contract. I couldn't even tell you. I could probably go look. It's probably that I paid for. I got those friendship bracelets, but I feel like
Where are those? Where are those on the floor?
Oh man, those are
I
probably
don't
what, like
know.
They got to like
1.5 or
0.12 or something. didn't
they got up
They-
to like almost 0.3, didn't
higher
they?
even? Really?
Are they over 0.2?
I was so mad. I sold. I wasn't
0.14.
holding an art blocks because I was like I ditched everything, and yeah, it's also embarrassing when you're selling like your last like 5 art blocks for losses, and then you can't even hold on to one.
Yeah. I cleaned out a bunch of stuff, like just took weth offers, sold my Moonbird. So I'm kind of like, I think before I joined, Easy was saying, or one of you guys said, these PFPs, maybe it was Babs.
Yeah.
These PFPs, like, I know we hate on apes a lot, but the chances of them being 0 in 5 years is like over 50%, I feel like. So just trying to scrape whatever I have left. And when you look at what I have left, it's kind of gross. Like if you
It's
told-
embarrassing. It's so
My top
embarrassing
bag
to go
is
look back at your wallet.
Oh yeah, I have like
Yeah.
400 things of dust. I don't even want to sell them because it's like 0.001. It's not even worth it.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen
Yeah.
when we
Yeah.
were minting all that stuff.
Yeah,
Though. Like
farm
we knew that we were
slow.
going to look back in a year and be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck were we doing?"
Yeah. But I don't struggle with regret as much as some people might. Maybe because I'm coping, but I feel like I still did very well. Like I think it was Trey, you said all we had to do was sit in front of our computer and like buy and sell pictures, and I feel like we all got a pretty good hold of it.
Yeah.
So it's better than not having done it at all, is the way I'm trying to look at it. Then why didn't I sell my Moonbird when it was $120,000 USD? Like
Don't
that
say
kind of
that. Don't say that. Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't we?
But it could be worse. It could.
well, it
we
could be worse. I'm not like
People are holding bags like I don't know, and I didn't invest that much to start, so that probably helps.
True.
Everyone's a
You could be
little
Brent with the
different,
Beeples.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
I just wish we didn't pay so much in taxes last year. Would have loved that money now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yep.
think my biggest regret wasn't like not selling something at the top or whatever. It was not like maximize, like pushing my edge to the absolute max on like art blocks. Like literally every single drop was a print fest. Like it was, you just wake up, you sit in front of your computer for the art blocks drop at 11 a.m. or whatever the fuck it was, and you mint and you print. I wish I would have been more like, there was a guy in NFTC that would buy like 3 or 4 art blocks every single drop, and he wouldn't care like if he jumped the gun on the Dutch auction or whatever. He was just solely focused on getting like 3 or 4 of that specific drop, and he made so much fucking money. It's not even like it and it was all from like art blocks and POC and all those just like stupid things back then. But like we had such a big edge during that. Like that is my main regret, is not like pushing that further. Everything else, like selling and whatever, like I think most of us like were in front of our computers 24/7. So like there's not a whole lot more that we could have done outside of that.
Yeah, size is definitely on my regret list.
Yeah.
And by the time I got like comfortable going big on something, we were starting to go down.
Pixelmon.
Yeah.
Bit monsters.
That's kind of when I was like, okay, I like this. I'm gonna go heavy. Like,
yeah. But then you're positioned better to like have the confidence to know what you are good at in the next run potentially. I've gotten scared too, because like to your point, like my sizing up and confidence have been like almost on the downswing, so that's like a scary place to be. But yeah, if you establish like what you at least are knowledgeable about, and you can like exit fast if it goes the wrong way, like just having the conviction to go in and like make quick decisions. Like quick decisions, I think were the name of the game for what we were doing, like buying, selling, everything.
Yes.
So like that skill set, it might not be NFTs, it might not be minting NFTs, but like it's going to be like that is transferable, I think. Something
Irish Johnny asked about like what are our thoughts on the blur airdrop. My thought is just like to do it effectively, you'd have to do it with size, and I'm not playing JPEGs with size right now. I'm just not. I don't have the heart in it. I don't have an idea of how the market's going, so I'm not.
But we already get an airdrop.
That's
from
like
being in the beta.
It's a small.
As
one,
far as
though,
having
right?
to like, you have to like list
Correct.
stuff at a certain. Right.
Yeah, you're supposed to be listing and buying off there a lot. Like I think that's how you maximize your airdrop. And I can tell you, the last time I bought a NFT,
it's gonna be a net loss. Yeah.
How many?
You actually need to sweep
blur
some things.
airdrop did you guys get? I got like 10. I think.
Yeah, I only got 14 or something.
I got 12.
Yeah, I think I got like 10, 12.
Yeah, I
something
forget
like
how
that.
many I got.
Which
Well,
like
too
I
many.
think Chung got like 80.
Chung
or
got like
something,
yeah,
right?
he
Like-
got like
I
over
got
100 or something.
I got like 50, I think.
What were you
Who did?
buying lately?
You got 50 easy? How many
Like, old
legendaries you get?
I only got like 2
Very
legends.
few, 1 or 2.
Yeah, Easy got
I think
rugged
I got-
on legendaries.
I actually think I got 2 out of like my 9.
I don't know how I got. I mean, I don't care. It's still gonna be worthless.
We don't know what legendary even means.
When is the airdrop supposed to be? I don't think.
January.
I think there are people who probably are still making money grinding NFTs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, for sure. But you're
But,
plugged
like,
in. You're so plugged
I just don't like. We were all, I'm sure, exhausted from last summer and fall, but like I just don't have time anymore. And when the returns aren't the multiple that we were spoiled with, it's even harder to make yourself do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just looking at all this shit in my wallet, it's horrifying.
When's that MetaMask airdrop coming?
Oh God.
Might as well just hope that it's in a bull market. You don't wanna
Think of all the
release
money
them.
people wasted by swapping
I
on
know.
MetaMask swap because they wanted the airdrop. It was the worst
What a
place
rug.
you could possibly swap.
Congratulations, Consensus. You did a good
Yeah.
job of making money. Maybe they did an FTX. They knew the order book. Maybe they were front running
Yeah.
us. Oh,
I think there's still stuff that can make it though. Like I was just looking. I don't think Zed is dead. I think Zed
That's
has
dead.
like a pulse.
Oof.
Zed was not
That's-
the
No, like,
project I
people-
thought
they
you
have
were
a lot
going to
of
say.
money.
Like,
People-
that is
people
out
that,
of
like,
all
people-
the
people
projects
that-
you could have picked from, you picked a Zed to be
No,
the one
I'm
that you're
talking
that's
like-
not dying.
I'm talking like 10 plus year span.
Yeah.
Zed, the platform might survive, but your bags with Zed are not.
Oh yeah, no, my horses are dusty. I'm just saying as something that's adopted by a larger group.
Yeah, I think people that have been in Zed for like the last like year and a half are finally like quitting now because they're fed up because they haven't done anything.
Yeah,
right. Like
it's like a.
They kind of changed the rules to make it hard. You used to be able to basically pay to play, and they've changed it now. Or it was pay to win. They've changed it now where it's basically like a pure raffle every time you race.
Sir?
People still play Zed. Like there's probably still a few hundred users every day, and then
it's just not engaging.
Thousands.
Problem. It's really
those
hard
first
for it
few
to be
races
engaging.
the first like time that you buy a horse and like race it though.
Oh
so
yeah,
is like
it was
the
great.
most. It was like the most. I remember I had like I had like friends over and we were all like watching my horses run and stuff. It was like the coolest thing ever. But then like after your 10th race, you just kind of like, okay.
Yeah, it gets boring.
Yeah.
I still remember when like Jennings would talk about, like you go to a bar and then there's like Zed racing there and then you gamble on Zed.
On it.
It's the future.
You said that
It's
at
a
like
sick concept.
NXT.
Yeah, I just don't get why like they haven't progressed anything. Like the concept's still cool. Like I thought like it would have been like in a casino by now or something where you could bet on it, right? Like it hasn't gone anywhere.
I think it's just the team's so bad that they haven't been able to move it forward.
What if we had like Zed with the
Marcus
Matic
Smith,
biz development team?
I was about to say that.
Did he really?
I was literally just about
Anytime.
to
say that. Let's go.
Cash your pets. Birthday boy.
Devonta Ted?
I just want one sweat. Give me one little sweat.
My shit's so dead. It's dead as a doornail. No Joey Slot. No B-Rob.
The other thing about Zed is now I see like a few competitors coming out. Like I've seen other horse racing NFT
Chicken
things.
Derby?
I was going to say Chicken Derby.
Not Chicken Derby. There was one
Chicken
that
Derby
like,
very profitable.
What are they? Photo Finish they were called. They were like they came on one of the spaces I was on and they you can play for free in their beta, but then like keep the horse once it starts. So like the free onboarding.
Oh, interesting.
It's like that. So I feel like there's going to be like competitors that learn from what's wrong with the current state of NFTs and like be better the next cycle. That sort of goes back to the why hold the current stuff.
Have you guys talked about Rainmakers yet?
Come on.
In what way?
Tell us about it.
So I posted this earlier.
Do they have Trolls contests?
No,
not yet.
It was about the holiday thing.
Oh yeah.
But my general question, I think a year ago, if you asked us and said, "Hey, DraftKings is going to have these NFTs. It'll be like Top Shop. You can play in a fantasy contest." We would have all gotten excited. Were we incorrectly excited, our past selves, or do we think it was executed? And I know Lou can't really say that it is being poorly executed, so you don't have to answer. But like, I feel like it hasn't gotten the adoption that we would have expected, or if it's going to further the NFT crypto culture. I don't think anyone who plays regularly sees it like that at all.
The narrative that I've heard that sounds right is that it's pay to play. Like if you just buy a lot of money, if you throw a lot of money into it, then you'll win money out of it.
Yeah.
And that's not really that fun.
Yeah. I just had higher expectations, I guess. It was kind of what Top Shot Hardcourt was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But
That's so rare.
For its own reasons.
It's so rare it gives out cards as prizes. And I think that's just less exciting than going on DraftKings. We see money. 10K to first versus I win like a random card.
And there's like to me it's less strategy. Like you're building lineups based on like the guys you own or go and buy, but it's not like you're like the fun part about DFS for me is like the strategy and building lineups and the different combos where like Rainmakers is like, you're just paying for those
changes
combos,
every week. You're saying,
right? Yeah. Like you're just paying for the good players and like it's different.
They're also not even really NFTs. I mean, as Dang, you like talk about like everything on the DraftKings like adjacent blockchain is like the transaction happened 3 days ago. Like you don't actually own them in your wallet.
You do not own them.
Like, But like the other thing with like Rainmakers that I felt was weird is like, I mean, Nick mentioned it. Like, if your guy gets injured, is out for the year, your card is literally worth 0 because they have no utility. Like, it's a utility only game, which like you would think is good, right? Like, all we cared about was utility, except when there's like a finish date for the utility. Like, your guy Jamar Chase is injured and his value goes down 80-90% because the card, you can't use that card next year because Matt Kalish needs to
Can't use it next week.
a new one next year.
Yeah, could
So,
you
like-
imagine spending like $200 on a Chase card and then he gets hurt the next week? Like that's
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would suck. I
So
gotta
it's
say,
like-
like, with this kind of stuff, like, I think we're still pretty early in NFTs where I appreciate the companies that are trying stuff like this. Like, how are we gonna know
Yeah.
if stuff like this actually
Yeah.
works and
I
is
agree.
fun unless we have like companies that are actually trying stuff like this? So like, we're not gonna know if we don't like or dislike stuff until companies like this try it. So like, it sucks that it hasn't caught on and hasn't met the expectations, but like, I think it's good for NFTs or crypto in general that this
Yeah.
stuff is like being tried.
I agree.
Yeah. I shit on it a lot, but I'm gonna get killed for saying this. I do wish I would have taken some of this USDC sitting in my wallet week 1 and poured a ton of money into it, because I feel like the people who have done that have actually done extremely well.
That's
Because
how
it
they
is
yeah.
On Rainmakers,
You have to be in.
Yeah,
like,
the
week
people that
1.
have been playing Rainmakers
Yeah,
since week 1, you mean?
if you
You
yeah,
got your
it-
money back if you started week 1.
Oh, easily.
Not if you
Yeah.
come in at week 8.
And most of the card prices have gone up. Like a month before the season began to now, you would still be up a lot. But also, like, I don't know, if you had that bankroll, like if you put in 10K, Lou, what do you think? You'd be top 1% in total bankroll amongst all the Rainmakers players? Or top
Oh, yeah.
5% maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Right, gotta be. You have to be.
So I don't know. I feel like it's like the size thing you talked about, Trey. Like, I knew it was probably going to be a profitable thing, but at the time I just mentally couldn't get over how the FUD around the prize pools and how much money they took in compared to what they're paying
Mhm.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see
Wasn't
the
it-
people that are playing and
And
they
there's
are
only certain like
winning.
stacks that have won each week. You
Yeah.
know, it's like Hurts or Mahomes. Oh, that's great.
Dang, he's having a heart attack. He's like choking.
That was so good. Oh,
But
Go,
anyway,
just wait for our troll only tournaments.
troll only
we'll be
contest
fine.
are next week.
We'll be fine.
Oh,
You can't
that's
really-
how we make it
Alex
all
is a
back.
troll. Maybe I get. Maybe it's.
Yep,
Can you
they're
really-
gonna have more
Trolls.
snapshots. It's gonna be great.
Can you really blame yourself, Pump? Though, like Rainmakers came along at the worst possible time in terms of if we're talking
Oh,
like market
yeah.
conditions. Like, and you had just
Yeah.
said yourself that you had gotten confident or you'd gotten your conviction like at the wrong time for sizing up. So like,
Yeah.
you obviously had that like PTSD, rightfully so, of like sizing in, especially to something like brand new.
Yeah.
Like Rainmakers, especially when NFTs are going down, like
Yeah.
it's a hard play. Like I don't think anybody
Imagine
can,
last
you can look
September.
back on it and be like, oh, I'm such an idiot for not realizing
Yeah.
that. It's like it could have gone the other way just as easily as it
Yeah.
did, like the right way.
I mean, they didn't sell
making
out.
money.
That part of the reason
Yeah.
why it
Yeah, I
was
remember that.
profitable is because a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't want to hop in.
There's
Yeah.
still packs
Yep.
sitting out. Like you can just go buy a pack whenever you want. But so I don't know. I don't like putting money behind something that I think is being ran really poorly, which I still believe despite there being opportunity.
Yeah.
So, and there's just not a lot of transparency about what happens to the cards after this
Oh,
season.
Heineke.
Well, they're going to have something. They're going to have something. We don't know. So, anyway, enough about Rainmakers. Just thought I would ask because it's
I like
like
that-
must.
I like
Sorry,
that. I
go
don't
ahead.
like putting money behind something that I think is being run badly, even though we played DeFi Kingdoms for like half a year.
Oh, man.
Damn, Babs, that was straight up violence.
Yeah.
That was like the meanest thing I feel like you said.
I played it too. I'm not saying just.
I know.
There's still okay. To be fair, it was being ran really well until like December. And
I was
then we
gonna
just-
say, yeah, because
We
You
just took
guys
an
were acting
elevator
like
down.
when I got in, you guys were the sentiment was kind of like this team just ships every single week. Like
They
they
were.
were shipping
They
constantly.
were.
2 months. They were doing
And
great.
then it
Yeah,
was just like
6
straight
months after
down.
that is the problem.
They were, and they are shipping more now today than they ever have. Like the amount of shit they put, I still read the stuff on Discord because I get the little red notification. Like they are relaunching an entire map on a new chain on Wednesday.
Clayton.
Clayton, yeah. So get the bags ready.
Do we have a Clayton airdrop?
We're going to
Like,
on Wednesday. So if you want to
is
go,
it 1 for 1?
No, we could bring back the DeFi Kingdom show this week too.
Oh
If you guys
man,
want to talk about it.
I'm not.
baby.
I will not join that show. You can you can do it if you want. I won't be there.
Oh, you're still
I'm
questing,
also
aren't you? You're still
gonna-
questing.
I am not questing anymore. No,
No?
I was
Okay.
I was mining up until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then I haven't. No, I'm not okay. Edge, I'm
Yeah, no.
Sad not seeing the tree. It's a different room.
I know
Actually,
that's what I'm
both
saying.
you
Like
and Easy are in a
different
different room.
background, no tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got kicked downstairs because we are having a baby in the next, I don't know, 10 days or so at the latest. So I got moved down here because that's gonna be her room in the future. So yeah, that's the other thing that's been keeping me busy, which I will be dead in the next 10 days.
You'll
I
survive.
called watching football yesterday, The Last Supper. It didn't go very well with my wife. She wasn't a fan.
I was about to say, how did your wife feel?
no,
She
you're gonna
did
get
not.
World Cup games at like 2 a.m., aren't you?
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
You're gonna be-
I
you're gonna
mean,
be able
I'll
to
probably
World
watch
Cup.
it, but yeah, it's just some of you guys know when you get that second one, I'm expecting it to be pretty chaotic with a 2-year-old too. So, yep, been trying to enjoy it until now. I am excited though, if you can't tell. Very excited.
So when DFA
It'll be great.
eventually, like inevitably
We'll play this
comes
back
back,
on.
then you're moving the baby back like downstairs. You get the
Yeah.
DFK chambers, right?
Yep. I threw away when I cleaned my office out. I threw away the little jewel star.
Oh, no.
It was kind of sad.
Oh,
Are you-
what?
Are
I
you
probably
more?
slipped stickers around here from when I went to that Jewel event.
Are you more let down by? Sorry, this is like a very painful question.
I think I know where it's going.
Are you more let down by Frisky Fox or Kevin Rose?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh, I thought you were going to say or SBF, but okay, the Kevin Rose.
Frisky
one.
Fox was DFK, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, that's why
I am probably.
because just like I was thinking the parallels between taking down the jewel tree and like ripping off the moonbird
Selling
from
the moonbird.
I would say Kevin Rose only because the things that he did to accelerate the FUD and tank of the Moonbirds
Yeah.
were more in his control, starting with the CCO thing and then just spiraling down,
Dude, I forgot about that.
as compared to like Frisky Fox. Did he make bad decisions? Probably, but they're less easily identifiable. Like the macro bear market obviously didn't help. The FUD with him being the dev of some like exchange, I can't remember what it was. Do
This
you guys
is-
remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
That was
remember
our
that. Oh.
video.
We have some type of cannon that we've been handed. We'll wait till the very end. Okay. So a couple things. The next 60 days are going to be nuts for you all.
That was in
I
June.
have
Look
seen
at that
some of
engagement.
those recent Brooklyn stuff, and it is just chaos. And it's cool, and the oddities are just going to be nuts. And
You
then
guys-
the next level is just going to be
No.
very special.
Oddities were
We have
nuts.
a lot that we're building, and if you've been a part of Proof and Moonbirds, you know and you understand that we are a team that thinks about the ecosystem. We have a
Can't
lot
listen to
that's
this.
coming out, a lot that you're going to be a part of, and we are so excited for you to see what's been brewing. It's the things that you've never even heard us talk about. And I think that that's what's really exciting. And oddities I freaking love oddities. I do. I really do.
It's gonna be great.
Didn't you
What
say
is this
the
shit?
next nest level was going to be so
Yes.
good?
Yeah,
And didn't
that
they
was
get
the
the
fanny
idea
packs.
from the
Oh, no,
fanny
he's
packs
so
from that
invested.
conference? People said they liked them, so he didn't even,
Oh,
he didn't
yeah.
even know they were going to be fanny packs at that time when he made that comment. Fucking dick. It's like,
They're
come on.
so
He did not
bad.
know they were going to be
Oh my
fanny packs.
God.
When he said that, he's hyping it up. He didn't even know what it was going to be.
So to answer your
He's
question,
like
Oh, yeah.
having a heart attack.
Forgot
Kevin
about that.
Rose
Forgot we got
did
here.
such a horrible job. Oddities were a fucking failure. The whole I don't know. I don't have words.
Oddities
Oh,
like having the
oh,
same
wow.
rarity as your Moonbird. Like
How
every
bad were
decision they
they?
made
Oh, yeah.
was so stupid.
When they said that they weren't going to,
Yeah.
they said they wouldn't be tied. The CCO thing, the absolute failure of nesting stuff. Well, what did you want? I don't want a digital picture frame. I don't want socks. I don't want another hat that's poor quality. I don't care about any of that shit.
I will
Like-
say this: at least they didn't make us pay for our merch. Like
That's fair.
I can't imagine still having to pay for merch at this point in time. Like and getting excited about that, right? Like,
But I'm gonna be a Bored Ape defender now too. Those guys have been given so much, like tens of thousands of dollars in free money. If they want to pay $100 for a hoodie, they've been given that 25 times over. So I agree with you. I think it's crazy that they don't give the Bored Ape holders like anything physical. It's like, well, they didn't get a free hoodie. Well, they got freaking ApeCoin, land, mutant, dog. Like they've been made whole.
but Yuga's also been made so whole by royalties and
Mate?
stuff, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that'd be the counter arguments. They made so much money from all those people trading it, right? Like,
Yep.
Good investors.
So I have faith in Frisky. They're still kicking, you guys. They're still pumping it out. So
Dangy was ready to log off like 50 minutes ago.
Mm.
He was like,
No
"Guys,
joke. I was landing the plane. I was landing the plane.
I
He
remember.
was, and then
I
Pump
remember.
came
It
in,
was like
and then
50
Pump-
minutes
Pump-
ago. He was
all of a
like,
I was
sudden-
like,
I think
okay.
I'm done here. I think I'm done here.
Last question. What are our takeaways? What did we learn this last cycle? I was like, bing, bang, boom. And then now Pump shows up. Gulo posts the worst video I've ever seen in my life in the Parliament chat. And I've literally never wanted to sell my Moonbird more than right now. Literally never.
it feels
than
really good. It feels
After-
amazing.
That video, oof.
Yeah.
God.
That's a tough scene right there.
A lot has
Just
happened
because,
since
like,
that
they-
video.
Because
They had it
Days
all.
were
They
nuts.
hyped it up.
Like
They-
they did not lie. You just interpreted it bullishitly. That's on you.
It was a fun party.
It was your fault for interpreting it bullishly.
Shame.
Jesus fucking
I'm
Christ.
sorry for your
I
loss.
guess he's got a point. Like, if you want to be honest, like you can tell almost anyone in the world the next 60 days are going to be nuts, and it'll be true because like you're gonna something crazy is going to happen in your life in 60 days. That's a pretty wide berth.
Well, especially
Like,
nowadays.
especially
when
now-
unprecedented shit happens every week, right?
The unprecedented times we all find ourselves in together.
Yeah.
I think Baz bringing up that I wanted to land the plane almost an hour ago is his way of saying he wants to land the plane.
No,
so
I can hang out all night. It's been nice. It's been a long time. I
It
like
has
hanging out with
been
you
nice.
guys.
Been
It's like-
fun.
it's
Been fun.
It's fun hanging out in Discord, but it's also like I haven't got to chat in person in a long time, so that's been nice. I kind of miss it. It was nice doing it every week. Right?
Oh, I hate to go back on stuff, but we were talking about Jewel and Frisky Fox, right?
I need Jewel Price to chill out. I have underinvested by a lot. I still need to pack my bags. Beanie is in for $1 million. Ah!
I forgot.
At
he
least
was
we
in
got
for a
Beanie to
million.
buy our
He
bags
was in
for
for
$1
$1
million.
And Carlini.
Wasn't for a million.
Carlini was in for.
And Rolla Bob.
If you didn't make money on DFK and you got in before November, that is on you. I maintain that.
I agree. That's on me.
Yeah, we got it at like $3.
You came
Look at
out
XG
ahead.
bargaining. He's bargaining right now.
Once
This
a
is very
month
funny.
show.
Yeah, he's like once a month.
What are we gonna talk about? I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
sitting on my hands like
Well, the new
Look, it's-
exchange that blows up.
Oh yeah.
The contagion.
I think it's
What
more fun to
else?
randomly do them in like weird times.
Yeah.
Like I'll see
Yeah,
in
that's
4
true.
months or something.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I think a check-in of like which projects blew up with FTX and Alameda might be worthwhile. Whatever
the year-end
survives though,
review.
like this is like the code goalpost. Like if we survive, macro allows us to survive, and like anyone who invested like wisely and like kept months or years of runway and like didn't lose it all is going to be positioned, like you're going to learn from that, and like having liquid capital is really useful. So I don't know if you like, I don't know, don't sell the bottom, I guess, but
I still think crypto is a good, like the majors are a good part of an overall portfolio. Like
Yeah.
we'll make a bet on Target gift cards if not.
Do you guys still have crypto exposure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always
like
it's
a
smaller now than it
size.
was.
Like is it like it's still like not half of your net worth? Is it still like a decent size of money for you?
I'm talking like if you include my 401k and savings account, all that, maybe like 5%.
Okay.
Tops, as part of an overall financial portfolio. Like I think you should be, and I think that will still happen. Like in 10 years, your financial advisor at TD Ameritrade or whatever that you use, I would never do that. That is financial advice. Don't do that. Manage your own money. They will put you in pieces of crypto, whether it's direct exposure to an ETF or something. Like that's just going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
So, but like other than that, like there's no catalyst. Like the merge doesn't matter. It's just it's purely based on adoption. At this point.
I actually agree. I disagree. I think the merge does matter.
I was waiting to hear Dangy's take.
It's going to take
does
time.
matter.
I know. I knew that
it is going to take time.
I was excited to see you clap back at him.
But thank God for XEN coin, whatever the fuck that was, and for the liquidations happening on chain that just spiked gas for a couple days. We are deflationary, and it's going to continue to be next time we have a bull run. Hopefully, we'll have some roll up, so I think gas impact will be a little bit different. But it's literally deflationary now. So less sell pressure. But then you're going to talk about the unlocks. I get it. Yeah, there's going to be a queue for the staking reward, stake to ETH, all that kind of stuff. Fine. I think it's still bullish long term as far as ultrasound money goes, which Storm is half ironically mentioning here. I know he's talked himself into being bullish based upon the deflationary aspects. So, yeah, I think long term, I like ETH a lot, but I'm also an ETH maxi, and that's part of the reason why we're Cexless right now, because we're bankless, but for centralized exchanges.
Yeah. Keep your money on chain, people. Don't be a fish. Don't put it all
Sly
on
has 19
Coinbase.
points.
And then Sam's going to see
fun.
it. So you don't want that either. Not
Joey Sly's 19?
Yeah.
How many field goals is that?
250 plusers.
You're double captain. Or sorry, not double captain. Double kicker, I'm guessing, is doing all right.
I have a
Hold on,
couple
guys.
double
We have
kicker
another
Nick
guest
Sly's
join the stream.
The captain.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Kevin,
Hey, you
let's go.
guys. Hi, guys.
Hey,
Is this a Moonbird support group?
Yeah, Kevin, it is.
Jeez, that was really sad to hear.
It
Is
was
the Kevin
sad.
floor above the Moonbird floor?
who?
It's
Yeah,
below.
Kevin, how much
do you
Not
cost
below.
right now?
Yeah, how much is it, Kevin?
It's about 3 ETH.
Still?
No way.
That's
Seriously?
no
Yeah.
lie.
Kevin's
No, it is not. Are you
I think
no
it
one
is.
wants to get
Last
rid of
I
the
checked, it
Kevin.
was.
When was the last sale though?
Because
Of
Pixelmon
a
moved
Kevin.
a bit recently. Like I think Pixelmon's floor got to like 0.6 or something recently.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Dude,
shit.
Pixel
Yeah.
at the top are definitely above
They were gonna
a
like have
lot
a
of
rain,
current good floors.
1.75
They
ETH
changed
for
the art.
a Kevin.
but not on Kevin.
Wait, no, this is why are there two different Kevins?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you could have.
Oh,
You
'cause
didn't have to
untapped.
switch the
There's
image.
only
I think.
one Kevin.
The original Kevin is 3 ETH. With
Wow.
Yeah.
It's only 100
Why?
Kevins, you know. Wow, people actually changed them. That's the issue. That's why those.
Yeah,
ones
some
are
people
so much
changed
cheaper.
them.
Kevin joins the show an hour and 45 minutes in, and we've hit our peak watchers concurrent. So
Wow.
What a
look at
time.
that.
You want to see
What a
Kevin?
time.
Shout out to Kevin.
The
How
last
much
Kevin
money do you guys
sales
have in
cheap.
the Unity asset store right now?
What is the Unity asset store?
That's where you can buy Kevin. I think that's where you buy the Pixelmon.
That's
or
where you
something.
buy me. That's where you get me. That's where I am.
You buy it on OpenSea?
Okay, what game comes out first? The Pixelmon game or the other side?
Pixel
hardcore.
Easy.
Pixelmon's not even gonna have a game.
It says alpha game release, but we'll see.
What was the name of the kid that ran that project? That just
Cyber.
being
Cyber.
Cyber. Yeah,
He kind of disappeared, eh? He probably ran off.
I would too.
No.
I would.
No,
Didn't he
he's,
come
he's
back?
still here. He's still
Oh, is he?
here.
He's still building.
He's
They
still building.
redid the art.
Yeah, but I don't think I thought he got kicked off the project or something, didn't he?
No, he's still.
Oh.
Daddy's still here. Daddy's still here.
Oh no, the Coda floor is 8.
Remember when that?
We were
was
just
like
talking about
20
that
plus?
earlier.
I've been chasing the floor.
Oh,
I went to go accept an offer. The offer is no longer there.
Oh no. Yeah, I sold
What
mine last week.
happened?
I got out finally.
People
What
think
happened? I
that
was just
other
tired.
day is dead.
that's terrible.
All Yugas.
Do you remember those people that were paying like millions to be next to the island?
Yes.
That's got to be like a
300
fucking terrible investment now. It was like millions, and if it had a coda on it, it was like even more than that. It was just like
Those
an
are the
absolute-
people that are going to have to go to therapy.
Well, remember?
Oh my god, I could not believe. Even
probably
then, I
so.
was like, "There's no way that this ends well," because you didn't even know that being next to the island was good utility. Like it was just like, "Oh, you're next to an island, cool."
Remember before reveal, like the actual Bored Ape land? I think the floor was like 30 or 40, like pre-reveal, like for that land. Like, and then think if you just got a regular land, like thankfully we're not those guys that are wrecked that bad, right? Like for all like, you know, again, outperforming the market, like we never did any of that stuff.
We weren't rich
I think-
enough.
Well,
I think
maybe
we
not.
learned that though from our Top Shot experiences of not second guying like the whole time. I rarely.
Who
second
are you?
Yeah, who is this guy? It's
Who are
Spotted.
you,
It's
sir?
probably Spotted. Do you think it's Spotted?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Spotted does not play
Four
Zed.
places
I'm just
for
kidding.
Yacht
Really?
Club.
He's got no. He does play Zed. That's how he
Daily?
started. He was a Zed Maxi. You didn't know that?
Maybe
He's-
it's Spotted.
I
Dude,
feel like
that's
I do
not
remember that. I
spotted.
feel like a little bit.
Dead. There's
About, like-
a dead Polaroid collection on OpenSea. I might have to check this out.
What about like J Minor? Remember J Minor? He was big in Zed, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Dead Polaroid.
Dead
What if
Polaroid.
it's-
Find
what if
God.
Dead Polaroid is the Cake Pop Bandit.
Ooh,
wait.
that's good. That's a good one.
Why? Why? Yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
Oh.
maybe.
was that
He
so? Dead Polaroid knows
lives in Canada.
about the Cake Pop Bandit.
Is he in the Discord? I guess
Must
answer
be.
that.
Must be.
Who?
Must be different
Nobody's
media.
watching this. Is not in our Discord. Like, there's not like a
Yeah,
random.
but like everyone
human-
else usually has.
There's
a
been a
name that we
couple.
know.
There's been a
There's
couple
been-
Johnnies
yeah.
on here though.
Some guy messaged our first video we ever made.
Oh, that's our biggest fan.
What
though.
happened? He's
You guys
He's
got a
just some
Discord?
ball. I was like, yeah, some guy commented on our first video saying we want the show
Yeah,
back. And it was just
That's
some
RA
random.
Superstar. He's our biggest fan in the streams.
Quez Watkins caught like a 40 or more yard pass and was going to score, and then he fumbled the ball.
No.
Another fumble. Oh man.
Oh my god.
That would have been big.
Wait, did he?
I don't know. He might be down though.
He- That's a weird play.
Yeah.
He wasn't touched yet, though, was he? Nope.
He might have. Oh, he definitely was not.
No, that's a fumble.
Yeah, it's a fumble for sure.
Oh dear. Where's Hugo? I gotta find Hugo.
Bitch.
Bad financial advice.
I have a
Wes
question.
and Pascal.
Okay. All right, Kevin. What do you got?
How bad would you guys feel if like Pixelmon got to like 50 ETH in in a year, and all you guys were on the sidelines doing nothing, just chilling, playing, losing at DFS and shit. And you'd be like, "Oh, I remember minting
Any
that."
project, any project, really.
I'm dead inside, Kevin.
No, I don't think that really
It's
like that doesn't matter that much. Like,
Well, what
That
if
wouldn't
like
bother me, to
Moonbirds
be
go
honest.
back to
Wouldn't bother
40 ETH or something? You know, like it could be years from now. But what if? Would you feel bad about it?
no.
If it
Kind of like the
if,
ape thing.
if that goes to 40 ETH, it means one of two things. One, ETH is literally $10. It's $10 and the floor is 40 ETH. Or all the rest of our bags that we still hold are also up tremendously, and I will be okay with that. There's really nowhere, like, we're not going to see Pixelmon just fly up on its own and nothing else come with it.
Speaking in generalities, it's a nuanced question, really. It just if you miss the next boat is what I'm asking.
I think we were kind of saying that earlier, though. Like, if macro changes, we're probably going to realize on its way up, we're probably going to realize why it's going up. So maybe, I think Easy said that earlier. Like, you catch it 20% higher.
Yeah.
So like once it starts moving.
I want to stay plugged in enough that I can at least like be aware and get back in the game quick enough if things start to change. Like that's all I'm really hoping for. Like to stay that connected.
20% higher isn't like, I don't know. Like ETH is 20% higher right now than it was from its low. Is 20% like the magic number? Or when is like
Just made up number.
How do you identify that though?
It's a coping number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 20% in theory is a good thing to go by, but I don't know.
A heuristic somebody used, they claim they used back in 2008 or like during the Enron crisis was like when they stopped seeing Enron in the headlines, that was the time to start buying. So maybe when you stop seeing FTX and SBF in the headlines, that's when people are going to, that's when the public's going to start forgetting about it, which means there's a chance that we level out and go up. I don't know. That's an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. It's bedtime. Any parting words?
I have another question.
Kevin. Yes, Kevin. Yeah, great.
Do you guys want to form a polycule?
What is a polycule?
Don't ask.
Good. Full circle. So it's basically like a polygamist club of lovers.
SPF house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he had one of those?
That was everyone lived in the house. Yeah.
The working I would say Caroline is probably the head of the polycule.
Oh, definitely.
If we're going to go based upon gender norms.
I mean, good for them though. If that's what they're interested in, you know.
If you move out to the Bahamas, you never have to leave the house, really, right? The massive house.
Some weird ass people, man.
Look at it.
And I think there's going to be shit we learn more about when they get deposed and stuff that has not even come out yet.
Oh, it's going to be great. I'm so
It's
excited.
gonna be the
I'm
wild,
so
like-
excited. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
As
gonna be
SBF was
insane.
still shilling his goddamn shit game that he bought in the New York Times article. Like
Which was a puff piece like that.
Nothing's going to happen to him, or it hasn't hit him yet.
Yeah. Like, okay, but that New York Times article, I only got through like halfway. It seemed very much like they were not going after him hard enough.
No.
That was like they tried to make him out to be like this. Oh, he just happened to fall on some bad fortune and happened to just siphon away $10 billion. Like what? Like I couldn't believe it.
Do you think part of the problem is like non-crypto people don't understand what he did enough, like that it was blatant fraud? Like, do you think if it's just a regular news reporter, like doesn't understand, like they just thought he lost $10 billion because he made some bad trades, not so much that he wasn't completely committing fraud. Do you know what I mean? Like, is that why they were too easy on him? Maybe.
I mean, that's just ignorance on their part.
Financial reporters.
They need to be way better if they're a financial reporter or if they're anyone who follows
the Times was
all,
not
then they
hard
should
on him.
They weren't hard on him at all.
They weren't hard on him. They're a liberal leaning
Yeah, fair.
establishment, and he's given a shitload of money
Oh yeah.
to that party. Like that's how those news. Now I sound like Ori.
Yeah.
That's how those newspapers work. Like
Oh, I mean,
they
Okay,
take
but
money
there's
from
even
like
Yeah,
that is
true.
why they didn't like
True.
totally rug him because
Yeah,
they
fair.
yeah.
Fair.
Need it. Yeah.
There's
But-
too many conflicts of interest there for
Yeah.
there not to be like for any rational person to not like
Oh
raise
my God.
questions.
right.
All right, I got a question. Another one.
Oh, great.
Who in our Discord's going to jail first?
Wait, Kevin's in our Discord? We got to lock down security where we have a Pixelmon.
Your Discord, your
There
Discord,
might
right?
be a few
It's gotta be
tax
Walt.
evaders that might end up in jail, right?
Funny.
So bad. So bad. Good timing.
Club and GMI are not financial advisors. The content on this show is for educational purposes only. Do not overinvest by a lot. Oh, God. Do your own research. We need likes and subscribes to go up. Can't devs do something? We are so glad you made it.
Hi, Hard Rock Nick. Nice to see you again.
How much do you
Can
think
we
he's
can we
charging
pay him
these
to
days?
shill Kanto? Is he still doing? Is he still for hire? I
I'm
haven't
sure
seen
he's
him
still for
out
hire.
here. Like the Venn diagram, it should be like one circle of like
I
Hard
bet
Rock
he's-
Nick enjoyers and Kanto explorers.
I bet he's sitting around wondering why there's no more people hiring him anymore.
Yeah. Like 90% of his jobs were all like crypto and NFT people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
That's how you know the poll is back on.
Oh
When,
man.
like, Miami,
When you
Hard
start
Rock-
seeing
and
yeah,
Hard Rock Nick start getting work again.
the Island Boys start make a
Yeah.
comeback.
Yeah.
Apparently, was there a fake punt?
I think they were trying to draw a roughing the kicker on that punt.
Yeah, I don't know how now it's being
Like,
revamped.
why else do you run out to the side like that?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
Rugby
also
style.
probably-
Rugby
They're
style.
really gonna lose this game, aren't they?
they are going to lose.
That's a shame.
What the fuck, dude?
You hate to see it.
Mm.
All right, boys. It's been a pleasure. Let's see what happens with this contagion.
I
for
got one
SBF.
more question.
Okay, yes,
I
Kevin.
I really don't. Sorry.
Kevin, let us leave.
Or just tell me beforehand that you're gonna do one more question. You want me to shut you down hard? Like, let me in on that part of the bit.
Okay.
Thank you all.
So like do it now if I did it.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. We're not going to do a regular outro because we have to simply finish with.
So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market. Oh! It went to zero! Yo!